聖一くん。
Kaoru, was she there?
教室中とか探したけどいなかったから、本当にはいないと思う。
I looked everywhere in the research building too.
あとは、寮の周辺を探す靖国さんたちの方が頼りだね。
Yeah, let's meet up with them for now. I'm begging you, please be found. Yuzu! That day, there wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Just like usual, we went to school in the morning. We listened to lectures like usual and ate her homemade lunch together during the break. I went to pick her up late as usual and returned to the dorms. Or so it should have been. But no matter how much time passed, there was no word from Yuzu. After school, right after she went to her research lab, she seemed to disappear. If someone told me I am worrying too much, then it certainly could be true. But these days, there are too many dangerous things happening that I can't wipe away the bad feelings I have. Akane!
聖一か。どうだ、そっちにはいたか。
She wasn't there. How about you guys?
すまん、こっちもだ。
I see.
周りの人に聞いてみたけど、目撃情報はなかった。多分だけど、ゆずちゃんは寮に一度も帰ってきてないと思う。
I also asked the security guard, but it seems that she didn't even show up at the research lab.
やっぱり繁華街の方をもう一度みんなで手分けして探してみるか。
You're right. That's the only place we haven't looked.
もし染谷が帰ってきたらわかるように、誰か一人は留守番で残っていた方がいい。
You're right. Chiharu, can you wait in the dorms?
ラジャー!
If Yuzu doesn't return by curfew, then let's go talk to the police. We promise to call each other if anything happens and go towards the shopping district. I searched inside the stores and the cafe I went to on our date before, but I couldn't find a single trace of her. Damn, she's not here either. Just where the hell did she go? It feels like my heart is burning. Just what is this uneasiness? Wait a minute. I remember what Shijo said to me before.
染谷さんは狙われてます。くれぐれも目を離さずように。
Maybe Shijo knows something. But I don't even know where Shijo is. Whoa, what was that? A delinquent flies across the street in front of me.
これで全部ですかね。今度こそ逃しませんので、きっちりと吐いてもらいますよ。
Found him. Talk about being lucky.
おや？大場くんですか。最近よくお会いになりますね。
You're fighting in places like this again? You know you're going to be caught sooner or later, right?
は？警察ごときにこの僕が捕まると思ってるんですか？
No, that's not the problem. But who cares about that? Good timing. I was looking for you.
染谷さんに何かあったんですか？
Yeah, exactly. Wait, you guessed it perfectly even though I didn't say anything.
大方こうなるのではないかと予想しておりましたから。いやいやね。めんどくさいことになりましたね。もう少しはっきりと忠告しておくべきでした。
Is it Busujima? I say what my intuition is telling me.
へえ、その通りです。
But why Yuzu? Isn't Busujima more concerned about you? I realize I said too much. This is like telling him that I dug up his past.
ええ、確かに僕の方が面識はあります。ですが、ブス島にとっては染谷さんの方に関心が強かったみたいですね。
What do you mean?
とにかく今は染谷さんの居場所を探るのが先決です。
You know where Yuzu is?
ええ、そこで伸びてる男が知ってると思いますので、聞いてみることにしましょう。
What do you mean?
ま、見ててください。
何するんだ、やめろ。
ちょっと痛いですが我慢してくださいね。
He says that in a tone like a dentist reassuring a patient and aims his doryoku vessel at the delinquent. After using a method that I can't really reiterate, Shijo gets some information out of the man.
頼む、教えたから許してくれ。
ちゃんと約束通り全ての体毛を燃やすのだけは勘弁して差し上げます。ですが少しの間眠っててくださいね。はっはっ。
うわ、話が違うじゃねえか。
Shijo punches his stomach and the man's eyes turn white and he foams at the mouth.
あなたのようなゲストの約束を守る道理なんて最初からありませんよ。
Scary.
まあそれと奴に連絡されても厄介ですからね。さあ急ぎましょう。先ほどの続きは移動しながら話しますので。
Got it. I run after Shijo. We run away from the lights of the city. He tells me of the connection between Yuzu and Busujima. Because I had researched it with Yuzu, I knew most of it already. But there was one piece of information I didn't know. That Busujima is as treacherous as a snake and an extremely vengeful man. Right before Busujima was about to completely take over Shijo's organization, the organization was completely dissolved by Yuzu's mother, Sumire-san. Furthermore, because of Sumire-san, Busujima was sent to prison straight away. If Busujima ever got out, then according to his personality, the probability of him targeting Yuzu out of spite would be high. Shijo anticipated this and tried to warn us, but it seems that he lost track of Yuzu's movements yesterday. After running for a while, we finally arrive at the place Shijo was telling me about. It's one of the numerous abandoned planned buildings on the outskirts of the city. In Nagami City, a hub for doryoku research, the place is dotted with abandoned research labs and factories like these.
静かに。連中に気づかれたら厄介です。
We sneak in without making a sound and inch closer to where the light is leaking out. I cover my mouth with my hand to block the sound I was about to let out. Peeking around their blind spots, I see Yuzu tied up to a chair and gagged.
いいですか。気持ちはわかりますが、不用意な真似だけは絶対に控えてくださいよ。
I feel ready to jump out at any moment, but somehow I'm able to suppress that urge.
あれがブス島です。
Shijo lowers his voice and motions with his chin. There stands Busujima, the man behind all the news reports recently. I've seen him somewhere before. Yes, he was the hooded man who picked a fight with us when I was on a date with Yuzu.
手紙一つで簡単に釣られて、しかも無抵抗に捕まるだなんて。お前、本当にあの染谷すみれの娘か。お前の母親はあの世できっと泣いてるぜ。まともに動力も使えねえ不出来な娘だとよ。おい、なんだその目は。自分がどういう立場に置かれているのか分かってんのか。
Busujima pulls Yuzu by her bangs, raising her chin up. Then, wearing a sadistic smile, he whispers into her ears.
てめえは大事な交渉材料だからまだ生かしておいてやってるってこと忘れんなよ。もしあの男が手に入ったらそいつと一緒にそれは楽しい地獄へと突き落としてやるからな。
Yuzu's expressions turns to sadness. Busujima notices us and lets out a wicked smile.
お前の親しい奴らも全員巻き添えだ。だんだんいい顔するようになってきたじゃないか。
Busujima laughs coarsely. I'm about to give in to my impulse and jump out to crush his face right now.
あれが奴の常套手段です。おそらく周りの人間を傷つけるという脅迫状を送りつけて染谷さんを誘い出したのでしょう。人の善意を利用し悪意は増長させる。ブス島はそれを操作することに長けた男なんです。
You sure seem to know him well. I say that in a disgusted tone.
へえ、まあ浅からぬ因縁はありますからね。ブス島が他の見張りと交代した後、隙を見て染谷さんを助け出しましょ
う。Got it. After a while.
おい、変われ。へい、了解です。
Just as Shijo predicted, Busujima swaps with another guard. After that, it's only a matter of time, waiting patiently for the guard to give us an opportunity. If we wait for it, we can rescue Yuzu. No, I will definitely rescue her.
そろそろ頃合いか。殺に連絡する前に先手を打っとくか。
Busujima takes the cell phone from his pocket and turns it on. For a second, I think to myself, wow, Busujima sure has a cutesy phone, but then I realize it. That's Yuzu's phone. Busujima searches through the menus on the phone and then calls someone. What?
誰だ？そこにいる？
なんで携帯の電源を切っておかなかったんです？
Sorry! We rush out of our hiding place while I spout hurried apologies.
お前は大場誠一。それに師匠も一緒か。へへ、こりゃ呼び出す手間が省けた。ちなみに入り口にいた見張りはどうした？
少しの間眠っていただきました。
そうか、やるじゃねえか。さすがはあの四条家の坊ちゃんってだけはある。あった、動くんじゃねえぞ。
Busujima presses the knife onto Yuzu's cheek. If we make a mistake, Yuzu's life could be in danger, so we just do what he says.
でもってそこにいる間抜けが大場誠一か。てめえのこともよーく知ってるぜ。なんでもトライエスの動力アンプだろ。すげえよな。ぜひともこの俺の逃走のために協力してもらいたいもんだ。ま、もちろん拒否権はないけどな。
Busujima slides his knife slightly and Yuzu's cheek starts to bleed. Busujima!
だから動くんじゃねえって。
なるほど。やはりそういうことでしたか。
Huh?
はじめは染谷ゆずに対しての支援だけで動いてるかと思ってました。ですが、どうやらそれだけではなかったようですね。
What do you mean? Then does he have something against you too? I remember that Busujima just now said something about Shijo's family.
いいえ、ブス島は大場君、あなたのことも狙っていたんですよ。
Me? Why? I don't have any connection to Busujima. If there is, then it's only the fact that I'm Yuzu's boyfriend.
さすがいい勘してるじゃねえか。ああ、その通りだよ。確かにこの女は俺を豚箱に突っ込んだ野郎の娘だから絶対にひどい目に遭わせてやる。けどそれとは別に俺が無事に逃げられるってのも重要なんだよ。そのためには大場、お前の動力アンプが役に立つ。
So that's what you're after. My amplification is well known in the world after all. It's not strange for Busujima to learn of it.
どこも検問がきつくてよ、長道から出られねえんだよ。でもお前の動力アンプで移動系を強化すればかなり遠くまでジャンプできる。そうすりゃ検問も楽々突破。殺に追い込まれても いつでも逃げ切れるから本当に最高だぜ。
Do you think I'd lend my powers to someone like you?
そのためにこいつが必要だったんだろうが。
He presses his knife against Yuzu's white cheeks. Stop!
たまたまてめえらが休日に仲良く歩いてるところを見てピンときたんだよ。まさかここまでドンピシャだとは思わなかったぜ。
Let go of Yuzu.
なら俺の言うことをおとなしく聞くんだな。
Good. If he's using Yuzu as a hostage, then there's no other choice but to listen to him. Even if it means temporarily lending a hand to a criminal, I can't refuse.
全くもって進歩していませんね。
Shijo shrugs his shoulders in disappointment in Busujima.
あ？なんだと？
そうやって関係者の身内、それも弱くて無抵抗なものを人質にする手口は3年前と全く変わってません。
懐かしいだろ。前は染谷じゃなくてお前がこうされてたんだっけよ。
ええ、よく覚えてますよ。
おかげでお前の組は壊滅して人質になったお前だけが生き残ったわけだ。ほんとお前の親父だけは忌々しかったぜ。口を開けば義理だとか人情だとかよ。そんな甘えこと抜かしてるから部下であるこの俺にも足元救われるんだっつうな。まあ四条、お前には興味ないからここでくたばりな。
Busujima signals and a bunch of delinquents surround us.
大場は喋れないくらいにしといてやるから後で感謝するんだな。
Damn. There's nothing we can do.
やれ。
The moment Busujima gives the signal.
レジェンダリーファイヤー。
Oh.
さあ誰だ。
私ですわ。
Eh? Eve? Wait, wasn't that Akane just now?
なんとか間に合ったようだな。
Akane shows herself from behind Eve. She swings her Homura Kodona Osame, expelling fire from the tip of her sword. See, what happened was, we contacted Akane and the others via cell phone before coming here. You didn't think I was so stupid as to charge headlong into the final boss without some sort of martial prowess to back me up, right?
いや、動けねえ。なんだこのツタは絡みついてきやがる。
まったく手間をかけさせますこと。
Eve, why are you here too?
靖国から全て聞きましたわよ。染谷は携帯の電源を切ってるから分かりませんでしたが、大場の位置はオースティン家ですぐに特定できました。
Then you should have come sooner. My life was flashing before my eyes.
そこのゲスが油断するタイミングを測ってた。
Ah, I see.
やりやがったな。もういい。染谷はぶっ殺してやる。
やれるもんだったらやってみろよ。染谷もらってくぞ。
Fushimi appears in front of Busujima and then teleports away with Yuzu in tow.
大丈夫か？今外してやるから。
今傷の手当てもしてあげるからね。ゆずちゃんの山肌に傷をつけるなんて本当に最低のゲスだよ。
Even Chiharu, who was supposed to stay behind, showed up too. It seems that the usual members have come rushing in during this crisis.
ありがとうございます。
礼ならこいつらをぶっ潰してからにしてくれ。
Fujimori materializes her Doryoku vessel with a fearless smile.
藤森さんに伏見さん、どうしてあなたたちまで。
そんなの四条さんを助けに来たに決まってるじゃないっすか。
水くさいことすんなよ。あたいらは仲間だろ。
まったく人の気も知らないであなたたちは。
But how did you contact them? Did you guys know Fujimori's number?
途中で偶然出会ったんだ。藤森さんたちも四条くんのことずっと探してたみたい。
I see. So that's what happened. Since their objectives were the same, we can't really just call it a coincidence. Fujimori and Fushimi both came here on their own volition. That's what I think.
くせマジか。
了解っす。
Busujima grabs his subordinate and runs away to a deeper room.
待ちなさいブス島。
ここは任せろ。師匠はあの野郎を追いかけてくれ。
ありがとうございます。
After saying words of gratitude, Shijo chases after Busujima. Chiaru, I'm entrusting you with Yuzu.
ゆずちゃんは僕のユリにかけて絶対に守り通すよ。聖一さん、どこに？
No matter what, I will never forgive him for hurting Yuzu. Not to mention, it's dangerous to let Shijo go by himself. I give chase to Busujima as well.
さーて派手にぶちかますか伏見。
ですね。派手にやっちゃいましょう、藤森さん。私たちも行くぞ。ちょっと靖国の分際で仕切らないでくださる？それは私のセリフですわよ。誰のセリフでも構わない。やることは一緒。
ああ、こいつら全員ぶっ飛ばしてやろうぜ。
兄貴は足手まといになるから下がってなさい。
はい。
ちガキどもがあんまし調子こくんじゃねえぞ。
お前らと違ってこっちは踏んできたバカズが遅えんだよ。
よく見りゃ俺好みの可愛い娘がいっぱいいるじゃねえか。後でヒーヒー言わせてやんぜ。
このゲロどもめ。あら、珍しく気が合いますわね、靖国。本当に最低な殿方たちですこと。手加減する必要がなくなった。
だな。最初からぶちかましてやろうぜ。おい伏見、いつものあれやんぞ。
勝手です。
必殺の
ぶっこみミサイル。
てくそ、行き止まりか。
Give up, Busujima.
かんねえ。笑わせんな。
Busujima turns around and laughs ominously, causing me to shiver in my boots.
こいつらブス島さんの動力フェーズがツバイ S だってこと知らないから言ってんすよ。どうでもいいですよ、動力フェーズなんて。実戦では相手を再起不能にした方が勝ちですから。
分かってんじゃねえか師匠。しょうがねえな。この俺様が直々に相手してやるとするか。
この時をどれほど待ちわびたでしょう。あなたをこの手でズタボロにできる瞬間を。
Beneath Shijo's cold smile lurks a ferocious carnivore that thirsts for blood. Shijo lets out a mad laugh like the one he showed during the inter-school tournament.
大人を舐め腐った砂利に世の中のルールをきっちりと叩き込んでやるよ。
That's our line. Don't take us too lightly. We glare at each other quietly. After a few seconds of silence, with a snake-like yell, Busujima throws his knife. Shijo parries the knife with his swords. At the same time, Busujima starts running to take advantage of the situation. The blade of the knife extends from Busujima's cough. A fast, efficient attack is directed at Shijo.
少しはやるようになったな。腰を抜かして何もできなかった時とは大違いだ。
褒めても何も出ませんよ。
Shijo crosses his twin swords in the small gap of time he created.
フレームバースト。
押せよ。
Shijo!
よそ見してんじゃねえぞ。
Busujima's subordinate Mazuka attacks me. He lunges at me and thrusts his knife. A brutal attack without hesitation, aimed at my vitals. If this was myself before I had entered Kashinomori, I would certainly be killed without even being able to raise my own voice. But... Ha!
NANI?!
With a yell, I parry Mazuka's knife with my nameless sword. Mazuka's thrust is several levels weaker than the people I fought at the selection tournament. Ta! Just when I was about to strike the now unarmed Mazuka with the back of my sword, he suddenly disappears from my sight. I turn around instantly to face the voice I heard from behind me. I block Mazuka's attack by a hair's breadth, but my stance breaks.
多少やるようだが、動力が使えなけりゃ恐れるに足りねえ。
I managed to block the man's unrelenting attacks with his knife. There! Even my attempts at a counterattack are easily avoided with his Doryoku. It's becoming more and more of a defensive fight, and he's slowly overwhelming me.
いい加減チョコマカ鬱陶しいんですよ。フレームバースト。
無駄だ。お前の動力はもう見切った。
During the time lapse of the explosion, Busujima takes a step back. As he lands, he throws a knife at Shijo. The knife draws a silver line through the air and slices Shijo's arm. Shijo grimaces in pain. As Shijo flinches, Busujima extends his arm out and reaches for Shijo's forehead. If he gets caught by that hand, it's bad. I recall the time I received his attack and all the strength in me suddenly went away. I couldn't even stand. Dodge it, Shijo! Shijo reacts to my words and jerks his head to the left to avoid it. But Busujima grabs his shoulders instead.
Energy drain!
話しなさい。
おっと危ない危ない。
Suddenly, as if his strength had left him, Shijo bends down on one knee.
どうだ俺のエナジードレインの味は。
最悪なまずさですね。
よそ見をすんなよ。うわら。
Yeah, say.
食らうかよ。
I want to rush over and help Shijo as fast as possible, but that's impossible with Mazuka's interference. I'm being toyed with by teleport time Doryoku. The cycle of attack and miss continues. Damn.
かかったな。
Shit. Just like that, my growing irritation with the situation has created a moment of chance for Mazuka.
死ねー。
Ah! Mazuka's knife appears behind me and slices my back. But because I fell forward right away, the wound I received doesn't feel serious.
とどめだ。
Mazuka attacks me while I'm down.
聖一さん、これをお使いください。
Yuzu? Yuzu, who's finally caught up to us, throws a certain item at me. It's not over. I kick Mazuka off me. Thank you, Yuzu. I catch the bullet she threw at me.
まだ完成はしてないので、ちゃんと発動するかどうかは保証しかねます。
So it's a gamble between working and exploding. But if I can take care of the situation, it's worth it to make that gamble.
何をごちゃごちゃ言ってやがる。オーバー、てめえをぶっ倒して、てめえの女も友人も全部めちゃくちゃにしてやる。所詮てめえは一人じゃ動力も使えない無能だ。
Mazuka yells and instantly shortens the distance between us with his teleportation. Doryoku round, set. In the end, the Deep Lens Mark II wasn't completed in time.
今度こそ死ね
But even so, it's not completely unfinished, and it still has a 50% chance of success. You're the one that's finished, Mazuka! In other words, a coin toss with life and death on the faces. And take this! The flame-type Doryoku makes a direct hit, and Mazuka's body flies away like a rag doll. It seems that Lady Luck has smiled upon me. Yeah, you're right, but unfortunately for you, I wasn't alone, thanks to this. I have an expert on Doryoku and, most importantly, the cutest partner alongside me. Mazuka lies on the ground defeated and grumbles annoyingly. It was a direct hit, so he shouldn't be getting up for a while. Yuzu, it's dangerous, so stay back. I'm coming, Shijo! I hurry over to Shijo, who's still locked in battle. Without letting up any momentum, he swings his sword down at Busujima. Ha! Take this! Now, take my hand and we'll finish this once and for all.
やれやれ、男の手を握るだなんてそっち系の趣味はないんですが。
Who cares? Quit complaining and just do it!
はいはい、わかりましたよ。
I hold Shijo's hand and amplify his Doryoku right away. Whoa!
させるか
Do it, Shijo!
フレームバースト
A red glint flickers. Shijo's flames shoot out instantly without any of the time lag Busujima was abusing. It eats away at Busujima with the speed and vigor of a ferocious carnivore. Busujima yells and is flung into a wall. Just like that, Busujima passes out. We did it! Now, if we just hand this guy over to the police, everything will wrap up nicely. I'm sure Akane and the others are finished rounding up Busujima's underlings by now.
ようやくこれで終わりましたね。
怪我の方は大丈夫ですか？
No, but I'll have to have you repair my uniform again.
それくらい全然大丈夫です。四条さんの方は
これくらい平気です。
ダメですよ。後でちゃんと千春さんに手当てしてもらいますからね。
慣れ合うのはごめんなんですが、ま、たまにはいいでしょう。
Shijo shrugs his shoulders, giving the impression he sees no point in resisting. I'm sure even Shijo is reflecting on this incident. It'd be nice if he would take this occasion to be more mellow. Then let's go see how Akane and the others are doing.
はいです。
I feel something slowly standing up behind me. What? How?
何勝手にハッピーエンドっぽく終わろうとしてんだよ。
あれを食らって立ってるなんて化け物ですか？
ストックがなかったら危なかったぜ。
ストック？
おいおい、俺の動力系統が何なのか忘れたのかよ。
生命系？まさか。
So he absorbed the vitality he stole as his own. I've never heard of a power like that. That really gives me the heebie-jeebies.
にしてもヘドが出るぜ。目の前で友情だの愛情だのチャラチャラと見せつけやがってよ。俺はな、自分たちがいつでも正しい面した偽善と欺瞞と嘘に満ちた連中を見てるとほんとヘドが出るんだよ。全員完膚なきまでになぶり殺してやりたくなるんだよ。
He's insane. I think to myself that there's no hope for this man.
所詮この世は金と力を持ったやつが活用できてんだよ。表向きは正しいこと説いて裏では甘い汁をすすってんだなあ。そうだろマズか。
はい。ブス島さんの言うとおりです。
よく言った、マズか。それでこそお前は俺の一番の射程だ。
だから俺のことも回復させてくださいよ。
ああ、お前にはほんと感謝してるよ。だから受け取れ。
Busujima smiles gently at the fallen Mazuka, then he grabs Mazuka's head. What are you doing, Busujima?
やめろ。そんなことしたらてめえは俺の動力で逃亡できなか。
何勘違いしてる。元からお前と一緒に逃げる気なんてねえよ。お前は最初から俺の糧にするために連れてきたんだよ。
Stop, Busujima!
エナジードレイン。いい加減決着をつけないとな。
He mutters normally. He doesn't look at all like he just absorbed his comrade's life with his doryoku. Do you even know what you just did?
何を言っても無駄です。だからさっさと片付けた方がいいですよ。
Damn. Shijo, do what you did before one more time. I grab hold of his hand and amplify his doryoku to the limit. Ha! With this attack, we'll defeat Busujima for sure. Busujima gives off an ominous murderous aura. Most likely, he is impatient too. If the battle gets drawn out more than this, Akane and the others will come after us too. If that happens, Busujima's path to escape will be completely shut off.
3年前の因縁から現在の会合も全てここで立たせてもらいます。
Busujima, no matter what, I will never forgive you.
てめえら俺の生命系の動力で全員食らい尽くしてやる。でもって俺は絶対に逃げ延びてやる。
Yuzu closes her eyes and brings her hands together almost as if she's in prayer. Silence. They glare at each other without saying a word. A stinging atmosphere enough to prick at our skin drifts between us and Busujima. The first to move is Busujima. He kicks off from the ground and jumps with a power that doesn't seem human.
忍者の火遊び。
Shijo swings the sword in his right hand. Then a bomb link fireball primed in secret explodes in an instant. It's the move that sent me to the hospital at the interschool battles. Busujima weaves through the explosion and closes in.
ブス島
市場
Busujima's right arm extends towards Shijo.
エナジードレイン
フレイムバースト。
Shijo crosses his twin swords and meets Busujima. Everywhere, a red, crimson glint flickers. That moment, an explosion and the following wave of hot air run through the room. An explosion so fast that there was no time to dodge hits Busujima directly. It's finished.
いや、まだです。
From the smoke, Busujima shows himself. Unbelievably, even though he took the explosion head on, Busujima extends his arm towards Shijo without even flinching. Like I would let you. I slash at Busujima with my unnamed sword. But Busujima hits me in the chest with his left arm. Gah! What looked somewhat harmless actually had tremendous power and blows my body away. Yuzu comes running towards me in worry. I'm fine. Kuh. I try to stand, but pain runs through my chest. It's possible that he broke 2 or 3 of my ribs easily. While clicking his tongue, Shijo sets off another explosion. Not to blow Busujima away, but rather to facilitate his own escape.
外したか。
Busujima's right hand, on the verge of catching Shijo, grabs nothing but air. Damn, what just happened?
まるで合力系のようなバカ力と頑丈さでしたね。
Shijo is covered in wounds, but somehow gets up.
おそらくですが、ブス島さんは吸収した生命力で自身の肉体を強化したんだと思います。
Not only can he replenish his own vitality, but he can boost it too. It's the same type as Jin's Doryoku, but I've never heard of using stolen vitality that way.
ゆずも初めて見ますが、過去の研究レポートではそのような存在も認知されていたようです。ただ、動力使いとしては非常に珍しいタイプだと思います。
過去に俺のこの力を見た人間で今生きてるやつはいねえからな。そういえば染谷ゆず、お前の母親にも見せたことがあったな。
Yuzu's eyes open wide.
奥の手っつうのはなるべく隠しておくに限るな。お前たちもここで終わらせてやるよ。余計な情報流されちゃ迷惑なんでな。
Hey, you alright, Yuzu?
はい、大丈夫です。それよりも聞いてください。
What is it?
ブス島さんを倒す方法があるかもしれません。
Yuzu quietly and concisely tells us a way to beat him.
俺を倒す方法だ？そんなもんあるわけねえだろうが。
Got it. You're sure I can use that method?
はい、きっと。
成功率は低そうですが、かけてみる価値はありそうですね。
どんなことしようが無駄だって言ってんだろうが。おい！
誠一さんにとってはとても危険な方法かもしれません。でも、もうこれしか方法が。
It's okay. I won't go down. Especially not to a coward like him, definitely.
いい加減無視すんなよ、これ！
来ました！
Once again, Busujima kicks off the ground and approaches us. That inhuman speed is hard to track with my eyes. But... Busujima, come on! I gather up the last of my strength, ready my nameless sword, and charge at Busujima.
なら、てめえから最初にぶっ殺してやる！大場誠一！
Oh! Even more than any power, I'm going to believe in the love that Yuzu gave to me. Yes, even more than the world's only tri-S-faced Doryoku. The invention that Somea Yuzu gave to me. My sword snaps when it receives Busujima's fist. At the same time, Busujima grins. But just before, I'd already activated it. Deep lens! Busujima's fist connects with my face. It hurts so much that I'm seeing stars. But it was no different than the power level of a normal adult man.
なぜその程度で済んでる？何をした？
Yes, if Busujima's life-type Doryoku was strengthening himself, then I just had to void it with the deep lens. Now, Shijo!
ブス島！
やめろ！よせ！
フレイムバースト！
This time, due to Shijo's explosion, Busujima is completely defeated. Busujima tries to crawl away.
逃がしませんよ。
Shijo stabs both of Busujima's legs with his swords.
無様ですね。
Next, he stabs Busujima's left and right arms, nullifying whatever resistance was left in Busujima.
もう許してくれ！
Hey Shijo, drop it there.
ダメです。生かしておいたらブス島はまたよからぬことを企むでしょう。ですからここで確実に息の根を止めておくべきです。
That's... Certainly, Busujima is one of the worst human beings imaginable and beyond saving. Maybe it would be better for humanity if Shijo was allowed to give judgment right here. But if he does that, Shijo would also be committing a crime.
ダメです。そんなことはしたら絶対にいけません。
何を言ってるんですか。あなたは正気ですか。
人の命を奪うのはやってはいけないことです。
いいんですかそれで。この男はあなたの母親の仇でもあるんですよ。さあ覚悟してください。体の中からゆっくりとローストしてあげますので。
Shijo smiles sadistically and sinks the tip of his sword into Busujima's back.
やめてくれ。お願いだ。
そのセリフをお前の目の前で何人叫んできたと思ってる。
すみませんでした。
俺の親父も母さんも。僕としたことが少し取り乱しました。それじゃあ言ってください。
Maybe owing to the extreme fear, Busujima faints, showing the whites of his eyes. Shijo readies his twin swords to kill Busujima. That moment, Yuzu interferes by clinging onto Shijo's arm.
何してるんですか。話してください。
ダメです。絶対に話しません。
Yuzu frantically clings onto Shijo's arm.
くそ、どうしてだ。あんただってこいつは憎いはずだろうが。
それでもダメなんです。お母さんが命を懸けて救った人が誰かを手にかけるところなんて見たくありません。
知ってたんですか。
はい。3年前の事件を調べてるうちに。
そうですか。あなたのお母さんは人質に取られていた僕のことをかばって大怪我をしたんですよ。僕さえ助けなければすみれさんは死ななくても済んだんです。こんな外道なんかに重傷を負わされることもなかった。
そうかもしれません。ですがおかげで四条さんが今生きていてよかったとも思います。お母さんが死んじゃって悲しかったけど、でもそれがお母さんの願いだったから。ゆずは、私は。
Let it go, Shijo.
やれやれ、情にほだされるなんてずいぶん僕も焼きが回ったもんですね。こいつの処遇はあなたたちに任せます。あとは煮るなり焼くなり凍らすなり好きにしてください。
He smiles a bit after saying something like a joke.
無事ですか、四条さん。
へえ、見ての通りピンピンしてます。
バカ野郎、あちこち怪我してるんじゃねえか。
Fushimi and Fujimori run over to us and fuss over Shijo. After those two, Akane also comes over.
どうやらそっちも無事片付いたようだな。
Yeah, somehow. How about you all?
だいぶ手こずったが下道どもは全員やっつけたぞ。その後イブが全員縛り上げて警察に連絡した。
I see. Ow. As soon as I relax, all the pain I'd been blocking with adrenaline starts to come back.
大丈夫か聖一、今千春を呼んでくるからな。
Please make it fast. There's someone who is in an even more critical state than me.
わかった。
Akane hurries over to Chiharu.
あなたたちにも随分と心配をかけてしまいましたね。
まったくだ、この借りはでかいぞ四条。
そうっすよ。もう一人でどっかに行っちゃ嫌っすよ四条さん。私また3人で藤森さんの手作り弁当 昼休みに食べたいっす。3人いつも一緒がいいっす。
そうですね。藤森さんの作るお弁当は美味しいですからね。
Shijo lets out a gentle smile after putting his hand on Fushimi's head. That smile was by no means forced. It finally looked like the real thing.
バカ野郎、そんな大したもんじゃねえだろ。そんくらいいつでも腹いっぱい食わせてやるよ。
ええ、期待していますよ。
As if embarrassed, Fujimori looks away. When I look at those three back together again, my heart warms up.
本当に良かったです。
Yuzu mutters a few words. Those words, aimed at someone not here with us, will surely be delivered. They have to be. Surely, Sumire-san has a smile on her face right now.
Hi.
Yuzu lets out a big smile. It's been a week since that fight. We who captured the escaped prisoner Busujima were commended by the police station. We even had interviews on TV and the newspaper. We've become local heroes. But because we caused a ruckus at an abandoned building and didn't say anything, we got scolded and disciplined by Fushishima-sensei.
忘れ物はありませんか、聖一さん。
No, I got everything. Wallet, handkerchief, tissue, we are all good.
では、参りましょうか。
Early afternoon. It's almost summer, so the sun is a little intense. Just walking gets me covered in sweat. It's hot. Spring's almost over.
はい。そしたら衣替えですね。
It's a little early, but what do you think we should do for summer break?
ゆずは夏休みの自由研究に差しまうかと思います。
When Yuzu says research, I feel like she's going to do some seriously mind-blowing stuff.
聖一さんは実家に帰られないんですか？
Even if I go back, there would only be my aunt. It's a rare time off, so I want to create some good memories with you, Yuzu. Like going to the sea, bikinis, and the festival, yukatas, and the like. Just thinking about it makes me look forward to it. After buying some flowers at a flower shop in front of the train station, we take the train and get shaken around for about an hour. The scenery outside the window slowly changes to a more luscious green, rural scenery. Before long, we arrive at a small, unmanned station and walk on a dirt footpath for another hour. I wonder what the others are doing for summer break. Spending time with Akane and the others doesn't sound bad either.
皆さん、実家に帰られるのではないでしょうか。なんだか少しだけ寂しいですね。
Yeah, you're right. Right then, I think of a man who is not at all suited for summer events. I wonder what Shijo and the girls are doing for summer break.
全く想像がつきませんね。怖いくらいに。
Yeah, maybe randomly running an illegal stall at some festival. After all, he's the son of a family who did that sort of thing. Well, the thought of him being an overly friendly stall vendor doesn't seem to fit him at all.
四条さんも夏休みは楽しく過ごしてほしいです。藤森さんたちと一緒に。
Yeah, that'd be nice.
お母さん、最後まで四条さんのこと心配してました。きっと心に深い傷を負ってしまっただろうって。でも藤森さんたちならきっと四条さんの傷も癒してくれるんじゃないかなってそう思えるんです。誠一さんがいてくれたおかげでゆずがそうだったように。
Yeah, that's right. I can't even imagine watching your own parents being killed. I could never show sympathy by saying I understood. But even though Shijo walked the wrong path, he managed to put an end to his fate from the past. That's what I want to believe.
着きましたよ、聖一さん。久しぶり、お母さん。
What lay beyond the dirt path we traversed was a small cemetery. And in that cemetery lies the grave for Sumire-san.
お母さん、今日は聖一さんを連れてきたよ。
It's been a while, Sumire-san. This is the first time I've visited Sumire-san's grave. It all started with a text Yuzu sent me yesterday when I wasn't doing anything in particular. Do you want to go to Mom's grave together tomorrow? Huh? Was there someone who came before us? I was thinking about cleaning up the grave, but the tombstone was already wet, like someone had just washed it.
ゆずもちょくちょく来るのですが、いつも綺麗になってます。きっとどなたか掃除してくれる方がいらっしゃるみたいですね。
Huh, I see. There should only be a few people who know about Sumire-san's death. Like relatives or friends.
必ずこうして花をお供えしてくださるのですが、見てください、これ。
Sumire flowers? Covered by a white chrysanthemum, there were a few small, light purple flowers.
はい。きっとお母さんのことをとても慕ってくれてる方だと思います。
Yeah, must be. Somehow. I end up imagining that the individual that cleaned Sumire-san's grave before we got here is a belligerent man with a hypocritical sense of courtesy. After planting the flowers and lighting some incense, we give a silent prayer together. Sumire-san, you are a woman I admire for teaching me an important thing. Please rest in peace.
今日、お母さんに報告があってきました。
Yuzu starts speaking quietly after finishing her silent prayer. About meeting me again in Kashinomori. About becoming friends with Akane and the others and going to the inter-school tournament as a second. And finally, about the recent incident involving Busujima's escape and subsequent capture.
すごく怖い思いをいっぱいしました。でも、おかげで新しい友達もできたんですよ。藤森かすみさんといって、一見するとぶっきらぼうな印象を受けますが、実は料理が得意で家庭的な女の子です。それに努力家で、なんとあの聖デイビッド学園の特待生なんですよ。あ、最近よく一緒に料理のレシピを研究したりしてます。
A scholarship? Fujimori was that smart?
あともう一人は伏見翼さん。いつも元気いっぱいで、ちっちゃくってとっても可愛い女の子です。彼女も飛び級して聖デイビッド学園に入っちゃうほどすごい子なんですよ。
That also shocks me. Well, she was rather childlike. Now I understand why she spoke so formally to Shijo and Fujimori.
それから四条さんともお会いしました。たまにやんちゃが過ぎちゃいますが、とても元気そうでした。
I hope that Shijo calms down a little now that that's all over. Well, he still likes to pick a fight with me whenever we meet in the streets, but even so, it feels like we are fighting rivals or something. I have a feeling that I will know Shijo for a long time.
あとですね、ゆず、聖一さんと付き合うことになりました。幼少の頃から抱いていた野望も、あともう少しで達成できそうです。
What do you mean by aspiration?
野望というか、前にお話しした2つある夢のうちの1つですね。小さい女の子だったら一度は夢見るあれです。
As she says that, Yuzu blushes a bit as if embarrassed.
ゆず一人では叶えられませんので、誠一さんもぜひ協力してくださいね。
I don't mind, but... Perhaps the sight of me cocking my head in confusion is funny, but Yuzu lets out a big smile.
誠一さんからは何か報告とかはありませんか？
Let's see. I think about what I should say, then I put that thought into words. Sumire-san, I am finally able to use my Doryoku. But even so, in the end I can't use it by myself, and I'm still confused as to if there is anything that's changed from before. Recently, I have a new dream, or rather, a new goal.
初耳です。
I actually had a talk with a certain scout from the Imperial Household Agency's Minister of the Left. I'm thinking about taking him up on the offer after graduating from Kashinomori. It's a dangerous job dealing with Doryoku users, and sure enough, I don't know if I'm really suited for it. But if another person like Busujima appears, this time I want to be a strong enough man to be able to protect Yuzu by myself. Rather than being a new dream, it could be that I've had it for a long time, but without being cognizant of it, I'd forgotten it.
そうなんですか？なんだろう。ちょっと思い出してみます。
I also remembered it when we started going out. A casual promise we made to each other a long time ago. My future. Just like Sumire-san's.
ねえ、二人は大人になったらなりたいものってあるかしら？
Want to be?
ゆずは動力使えないから、正義のヒーローをサポートする発明家になるの。
ゆずは発明家になりたいの。
発明品で誠一くんとお母さんを助けて、そんでもって染谷博士ってみんなから呼ばれるの。
そっか。じゃあゆずはいっぱいお勉強しないとね。
勉強めんどくさい。
この子は。ねえ、誠一くんは何になりたいのかな？
ゆずのお嫁さ
ん。おーい、あんたに聞いてるんじゃないぞ。それに誠一くんの場合お婿さんでしょう。
お婿？何それ、食べれるの？
I also want to be a hero. I'll become a hero like Sumire-san and protect Yuzu from baddies.
そっかそっか。じゃあゆずのことよろしくね。
Yes, I'll do my best.
前書って期待してるよ、誠一くんには。いつか私にもしものことがあったらゆずのこと守ってあげてね。
Yes. The promise we exchanged when we were young. Yes, even now. I want to stay as your sword. Well, looks like that's the end of Yuzu's route. And with that, we finally completed Koiken Otome. Now, some of you probably already know that, but there's actually a fandisc/sequel to Koiken Otome called Koiken Otome Revive, which doesn't just contain after stories for Akane, Yuzu, Eve and Toko, but also routes for Chiharu, Shiho and Mari. Unfortunately, no one has translated Koiken Otome Revive yet, so I won't be able to do a read-through of it anytime soon. Anyway, that's it from me for now, so as always, thanks for watching everyone, and have a nice day. Bye bye!